Hi there, welcome to another threat assessment brought to you by TARMA, Threat Assessment Risk Mitigation Advisors. I'm Professor Chris, and today we're going to be talking about threat assessments during the holidays. So we're going to be looking at how to protect yourself financially and a little bit about scammers just in general and how they target people during the holidays as well. So, scamming, whether you know it or not, is at an all-time high right now because of the pandemic. People are at home now more than ever, starting to go back to work, maybe not. And of course, with stimulus checks hitting people's bank accounts on the regular, people have a lot of income that they're talking about. And there are people out there who don't want to work for the money but would rather steal it from other people instead. So scammers are utilizing social media. The platform currently known as Meta, formerly known as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and others. One of the first questions that they'll ask their target is whether or not their target is in a relationship. And, now that we're in the holiday season, the holidays can be a very depressing time of year, right? So if someone is lonely, maybe elderly, they could be experiencing seasonal affective disorder, which is very common this time of year, of course, especially up in these states that experience cold weather. So there are a lot of factors going into this, and those people that are out there scamming, they've got a list. And something that you should consider when you're adding people to your friends or contact lists on social media is, try and put your friends list on private, because what happens is the people that you accept onto your friends list or your contact list is now subjected to that person. So if that's a scammer, that scammer now has access to all of your contacts, right? So that makes them therefore susceptible to not only scamming but hacking. And that's another big one too. If you get a message from someone you don't know, and usually it'll say something very personal like, hey, I found you, or hey, is this you, or whatever. And it comes from someone on your friends list, and it could be someone you know personally. That's how they get you. So immediately change your password, message the actual person in a separate message thread, or call them if you can. And message them and say, hey, I think you've been hacked, and change your password immediately. So people who are single, they're just looking for a connection. People who are younger, teenagers looking for a connection, but also, just people who maybe are newly divorced or aren't in a relationship at all, or the elderly, or someone who isn't tech savvy. These people are all very susceptible to scammers. Scammers, grifters, and thieves are using all different kinds of technology, not just the internet, to steal from people. There is a number of documentaries out there. I saw something on, I don't know if it was Netflix or Hulu, I don't remember, but they were showing how grifters and thieves steal using these credit card skimmers, not just the ones that go on the front of the credit card readers on ATMs, but the grifters will pose as, say, a server at a cafe or restaurant. They'll take the card for payment for the check, and they'll run it through this little device that they clip onto their apron, and it'll take the information from the card and download it to wherever it is that they store the information. And there's also another one that they can attach to their ankle, so it looks like they're bending down to tie their shoe, or they dropped something, and they just zip the card right through. It just takes a second, and they steal your information. Now, because this is the holiday season that we're getting into, you know, a lot of places may be crowded, shopping malls, whatever. Something like this has a strap on it, so you can hang it around your neck. It's adjustable, so you can make it shorter. And I had bought this for my kid when he went to Disney, so he could put his money in it and then just tuck it right underneath his shirt. They have sleeves for your credit cards that come with these that are RFID blockers, so radio frequency ID, and it blocks the cloning, the frequency, from allowing the thieves and the grifters to clone your credit cards electronically. So if you want to use something like that, you know, like I said, it's got zippers. There are 3 pockets in the front, 1 in the back, and it also has this little belt thing, so you can, the little loop, so you can put it on your belt. You know, carry as little cash around with you as you need to, because cash is cash, right? Once it's gone, it's gone. That's it. And I personally would recommend using a prepaid credit card, because yes, okay, you can dispute charges that are brought onto your card that you didn't make, but I don't know, personally, I think it would just be easier to not have to worry about it in the first place, right? So second to not getting robbed would be to make it so they can't steal any more than they can absolutely, you know, superficially, I guess, get their hands on. You can also use prepaid cards to pay your bills. There's like a $5 fee or whatever, but if you are someone, or someone you know lives on a very fixed income, you know, any kind of bank error or companies taking unauthorized payments, like I just had my commercial insurance, Next, they took an unauthorized payment from my account, or one of my accounts, and it created this massive snowball effect of problems. And the woman at the branch here in Brattleboro, she was amazing and so helpful, and I did get all my money back, but it just created a whole crap storm of problems, and it's taken over a month. It just got sorted out today, and it's been over a month that I've been dealing with this nightmare. So, you know, be careful. Also, scammers that you meet online, they may impersonate law enforcement or military. Stolen valor. These individuals are a particular brand of crap sack in my book, because, you know, law enforcement, military, they have enough to deal with. And to have people out there threatening people because their target believes that the impersonators are actually members of the military or law enforcement. I actually had one threaten me when I busted him on being a scammer, because I do this for fun. Okay, I'm not getting paid, but at one point, I think I was doing something like half a dozen a day, and I busted this one impersonating law enforcement. And this guy, he was impersonating a white Leo from, I don't know, Chicago or something. I don't even know where it was. But the Leo was getting pretty aggro with me. And I'm like, really? So he starts threatening me. And I said, listen, first of all, I know you're not a law enforcement officer, which is a felony to impersonate law enforcement. Secondly, even if you were law enforcement, you're so far out of your jurisdiction, it's not even funny. So you can't do jack shit to me anyway. Okay, so you want to threaten me? You should probably go to my profile and read my credentials. Realize that I have a master's degree in advanced counterterrorism and homeland security. 5.4% of law enforcement has the level of education that I do. Okay, so if you're going to try and convince me and threaten me in pretending to be a law enforcement officer, no, I don't think so. That's not going to work. And I finally got the individual to reveal himself, and it was this black kid from Africa, literally from Africa, African-American kid, well, African kid from Africa. And he sent me this picture, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So he went online and he stole this Leo's identity, or, well, online identity, and he impersonated a member of law enforcement. Oh my God. Seriously. So, yeah, I mean, the bottom line is protect yourself, right? Never give out info to people you don't know. Report or block anyone who seems suspect. Don't add them onto your friends list and therefore make the rest of your friends on your friends list susceptible to these individuals. You know, anytime that I bust someone that's on my friends list as a scammer, I say, hey, I'll send out messages to the friends we have in common, and I'll say, hey, this individual's a scammer. I busted them. They're on your friends list. You know, you might want to block them. And every once in a while, go in your message threads and just see how many pictures have disappeared. And if you go in and it says this person is no longer available on Messenger, probably means that either they blocked you for busting them or they got busted and they had to close down their account. You know, look for brand new accounts, accounts that tag a lot of people in posts. I don't know what that's all about, but I don't know. It's just something that they do. I haven't discovered why that is yet. What else? They update their profile photos a lot to make it look like there are a lot more posts than there actually are, because most people don't pay attention to the dates on the posts. But if you can easily scroll down in whatever your tech is that you're using, to the beginning of their profile, and it says, you know, I don't know, May or June of this year is their first post, you might want to keep an eye on them. Don't instigate these people. You know, I know that I shared an anecdote about busting that kid from Africa, but don't instigate these people unless you know what you're doing. Because while these white collar criminals typically aren't violent, you never know. They could be working with someone stateside. So, there is a video called Lords of Scam on Netflix. It wasn't the one that I watched, and if you can deal with subtitles or voiceovers, I don't know, maybe check it out. And finally, holidays are here, right? Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. I say this every year. Do not drink and drive. Over the limit, under arrest. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Okay, there are still rideshare platforms available, and if you plan on going out drinking, have a designated driver or someone you can call set up in advance. All right, so that's it from me for this one. Thank you so much. Happy holidays from those of us at TARMA to those of you out there. And please, you know, if you have comments, you want to reach out to me directly, 603-393-9149. Tango Romeo Mike advising at Gmail. I'm on LinkedIn, Christina D. McQuinney. That's McWhinnie. And same thing on Facebook. And if you reach out to me on Facebook, please send me a message so I know where I know you from, where you found me. Otherwise, I won't add you. So, thank you very much and take care. Happy holidays.